Hey there, welcome back to Design Loves Detail. I'm Molly, and today I'm going to give you a tour of our mudroom and our butler's pantry in our new house. So let's check it out. So where I'm standing is our mudroom, and I did this just like our last home where I made it kind of a breezeway because we've got the door out to the garage over there, and then it comes into the kitchen, dining room area, and the other side right into the kitchen sink area. And I really love this space, one, because of this floor, which is a thin brick, and I can link this for you. It's actually available online, which is cool. And I did kind of a fun pattern, you can see that there. Really a statement maker, and I have zero regrets on any of this because when I had brick in my, people ask all the time like, oh, is brick crappy to maintain? But we had it in our last home, and it was actually more of a dark color, like a black. But I think this one's even gonna be better, like I've told you before, because it's kind of the color of dirt. And it's one of those floors that's super forgiving. You can see how it has a lot of aged look to it with the imperfections. And that's really gonna help us out with it not showing all the crap that kids drag in. So looking forward to that. The lockers are another favorite detail of mine, which have multiple benefits. One, I love this lattice detail for the look of it, a little bit unique, and then also really good for airflow because, you know, kids always put stuff in their locker and it can get, you know, smell bad in there because not getting any air. But this helps that. And then I wanted like this really European flair, so we did, I wanted to mix up the hardware and do these, two of them, which is kind of unique. They are from Schaub & Co. And I love that little star detail, and it ties in with our light fixture, which we'll talk about in a second. But I love that little element that's kind of unexpected. So let's open this up and show you the inside. We've got actually a good amount of storage in here between the shelves and then even this upper cabinet. There's two shelves up there. That's the stuff you maybe wouldn't need as much. Your seasonal warm clothes, things like that can be stored up there. And then we've got, of course, down here, I'm gonna do some bins kind of for their shoes. But really, I think these are gonna give us a ton of functionality. Ben put these hooks on. He is a little bit handy. And really can't wait to see these in action. We were able to fit 6 of them this time. I think we had 4 in the last house, but now every single person in our family has their own. So that is good news. And you can see there's another bank of them down here. We go out here to the garage, little arch detail there. Ceiling, let's talk about that, the wallpaper. So I had put a wallpaper up here. That was a really cute wallpaper, and I loved the wallpaper, but I didn't feel like it was quite the right fit for the space because it was a little bit too busy with the floor. I'll show you what that looked like. But the good thing is about this one, it kind of was the perfect color, and this is one I can link for you as well because it is so good. I'm absolutely in love with this. It has that green undertone like our cabinetry, and literally, you guys, I picked this wallpaper at the last second, like it just got installed, and it was like it was made for the space. I swear, even the color just perfectly ties in with the cabinetry and our like kind of undertones of the home. But I'll link that because such an exciting find for me. A smaller company that I hadn't heard of. And then I love that the base color of it is almost the color of the walls. Because what I didn't love about that other wallpaper was the busyness felt like it was competing with the brick floor, which is already like my statement piece. So I just got a little bit sloppy in my design choices because normally I would have thought of that. But I was just like, oh yeah, put this one on the ceiling, and then I regretted it. So definitely like take the time to make a design board and think through your design. I normally try to do that, but I didn't with this one. And I regretted it, and I had to pay twice for the wallpaper. So luckily it's not like a huge space, but still that sucked. This with the pattern too, like it's just enough. It's subtle. We kind of get to have the lightness of the walls carry up to the ceiling, but then there's just a little detail up there that's interesting and surprising and fun. And I love it paired with, of course, the starlights, just really fun. And these are an Amazon find, so super affordable. Here, the door goes out to our little porch area that we will show you another time. But this is, again, my accent window and door color, which is the Sherwin-Williams pavestone. And it's really pretty. It's pretty close to that little accent color on the ceiling. So we'll pop in here to, this is the butler's pantry. And one thing that I changed up from the last house and this one is that I connected this. So if you recall in our last house, this would have been a wall and we had a bench in the middle. It was really cute. But I wanted to have a little bit better flow between these utility spaces. And so if you come in here, you can kind of see what we got going on. I definitely did some unexpected things here as well. We did the black metal for a more kind of modern feel and just interesting. It's so pretty to me to see the dishes in here. And in reality, right now, I'll just be straightforward about this. This space is kind of styled because we did a photo shoot and we haven't moved all of our stuff in, but when we do, I will probably go through this and make some adjustments. But right now what we have is the dishes in here and I think it's so pretty. It might end up that we need to put like our clear cereal containers and things like that, but we will find that out. And when I do the full home tour, I'll kind of share which things ended up changing in order to accommodate like more real life stuff. But just know it's kind of styled to be pretty right now. So one thing, we talked about these doors in the closet. If you saw our closet tour, they're super loud. They need some type of something to keep that glass from shaking. So we're working on that. But the details in here are just really cool. I love the way these drawers turned out as I ram it. I love the drawers. And then just right now, I'm a big fan of the simplicity. It's so loud. And we have these two, and then over here, we've got, I'll shift a little bit. We've got our washer and dryer, which this will probably be controversial too, but I wanted to have one close by the mudroom. This is for the kids to use, and it's kind of European to have it all connected. So there's those. This will be used for kind of the supplies for the dryer in that one. And this will be, again, more the pantry type of stuff. We've got the sink, which will serve both purposes, just as an extra bar sink kind of deal. This color, another favorite of mine, this is Morris Room Gray by Sherwin-Williams. Really, really good. Love it. And I especially love it paired with like this kind of brass and bronze makes brass. Can we make that? Can that be a color? It kind of is between the two, but I love that. I love a little bit of that warmth with this mushroom tone. So really, really pretty. Up here, I'll use this space better. We'll have more stuff as I move in, but you get kind of the gist. And I love having this tile back here. I added this last second too. It's very subtle, but it gives us just a little bit of interest back there and kind of sets this area apart while being functional too. Little door, which this is all under stairs storage for those that are curious. Bunch of paint cans back there, but that goes all the way under the stairs. So we have a decent amount of storage with that. And I think a little arch detail is quirky and fun. That reminds me of Europe as well, because one of the things I find about European design that's so charming is it's very functional. It's very utilitarian. If you think even like French kitchens, how they have the pots hanging and the utensils accessible, the beautiful open ranges, all these things that really are functionally smart, but they end up becoming the design. I love that because of their kind of quirkiness and artisan feel. So that's a lot of what I tried to do with this house, is sort of these functional and quirky details that you see in places like Europe that were built so much longer ago that they kind of, it was function over form, but it becomes really cool. The staircase, this goes up, you know, to our homeschool room and the mother-in-law apartment. So we'll tour that later. Again, the double doors going outside. That's paved stone again on those. Then we've got, I wanted to have some type of island in the middle. We were gonna do something built with cabinetry and it was just gonna be too bulky for the space. But I found this piece, it's an antique, might even pull up a couple little bar stools or something, but this would be a little bit helpful, I think, for prep. Really cool piece. And behind these giant doors is the fridge and freezer. They're pretty huge. We just got these panels put on, but I think that's gonna be nice. So one side is all fridge and then the side's all freezer. And I love them. They're pretty cool. We've got some cool pop-ups over here. These are kind of like to store your little small appliances. This one's got, right now they have canisters in there, but this will be for like our blender and toaster, those little things that you maybe want to tuck away when you're not using them, but there's an outlet in there to plug in. This is actually, you'll see there's an outlet here. This is actually where the microwave goes in that little cubby, but we don't have it yet. So now I'm just covering an outlet with a plant. So lots of drawers as always, because there's trash in most of them. I love drawers, but we'll have, you know, like these deep ones will be like our snack drawers for the kids to grab stuff. And then of course, a lot of clothes storage up above. We packed in as much storage as we could with it still being, like I was trying to find kind of some unique ways to display things. So you'll see the variety in the different cabinets. We have the open shelves, and then we have these ones that are more like a bookshelf. And then we have the glass doors. And then of course this one that goes like floor to ceiling, and we used every little bit of space. These upper cabinets, obviously I'll need to keep a step ladder in here for getting to those, but those will just be for those kinds of things you don't need very often, like your seasonal dishes or whatever. So that'll be good. That concludes our mudroom and pantry tour. And hopefully you'll get to see the kitchen next time, which is a giant mess, and I'm working on cleaning that up. You probably got a peek. Lots of stuff in the kitchen right now. We would love to have you like and subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us what you think, and we'll see you next week.